Welcome to the stream. This is your hacker Neko Cyan. Hello! Welcome Havnia, welcome Adam, welcome Dragon, welcome Battlemore, welcome Nerdy Afro, welcome Hapotia, welcome Ivan, welcome Joshua, welcome Atomy. Good morning, good noon, good dinner. Welcome to the final project of the Rust programming book. The Rust programming language last chapter final project. Thank you, Paul. Was that a message? Let me log into YouTube and see what that is. Welcome Midama, welcome Godad. Are you guys excited? Welcome Enden. Oh my god, it's a message. Hello, Paul. It's so low already. It's almost 5,000 subs. I'm so nervous and happy. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Paul. Hope everything goes well with you too. A super chat. Hello, Dalton. Welcome. You made it. Welcome, Jonathan Mello. Welcome, Lemmy. I can make glass with tables. I can make glass with table. Say we do a Lua stream next. Yeah, that's so cool. Hello, King 212. Welcome. Alright. Let's get started. It's gonna be a long chapter. I don't even know if I can finish today. We are first going to build a single-threaded web server, and then we're going to make a multi-threaded by using a thread pool. And eventually we'll be doing some graceful shutdown and cleanup. Oh no, don't donate me for not watching the stream. Don't worry about it. I know people life gets hard and life gets hard and busy. So don't worry about it. Thank you for a donation. Nice super. So happy. Looks like I need to finish the chapter today for a celebration. Celebration that we have come so far to finish this entire book. It'll be so cool. Okay, so yes, we'll be doing a final project, and the page will look like this. This looks so simple, but we are going to make it multi-threaded and handle some of the requests, some of the different requests. So we're going to learn about TCP and HTTP, TCP connection and socket, parse a small number of HTTP requests, create a proper HTTP response, improve the throughput of our server with a thread pool. That's exciting. Have you guys written web server before? Or just use some crates? Thank you, Paul. Nice support. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you. I'll focus on the stream. Okay. Oh, look at the delay. You need to use some multi-threaded server to make the super chat delay even less. Okay. So we won't be using the best way to build a web server. We're just going to make a simplified version, and we have production ready crates available on the Crates.io already. So if you're really going to build a web server, don't follow this tutorial. This tutorial serves to makes us understand TCP, HTTP, and some of the Rust features. Yes, so expect learning. Expect learning. In Lua, there's literally one data structure, which is the table. How does it work? That's pretty awesome. Okay. Single-threaded web server. We're going to start by building a single-threaded web server. And there are two main protocols involved in the web server, which are Hypertext Transfer Protocol. I was never able to remember its full name, but it's HTTP Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and Transmission Control Protocol. I feel like this is gonna be an exam. What is TCP? It's Transmission Control Protocol. Oh, now our protocols. There's no UTP. Don't worry. We're going to deal with just those two today. They're both request-response protocols, meaning a client initializes a request and the server listens to the request and provides a response to the client. The contents of these requests and responses are defined by protocols. TCP is the low-level protocol that describes the detail of how information gets from one server to another, but doesn't specify what information is. HTTP builds on the top of TCP by defining the concepts of the requests and responses. Contents of the requests and responses. It's technically possible to use HTTP with other protocols, but in the vast majority of the cases, HTTP sends its data over TCP. We will work with the raw bytes of TCP and HTTP requests and responses. Hello, Lumit. Welcome. Welcome. So let's first listen to the TCP connection. The standard library offers a standard net module that let us do this. So they made a new project. I also made a new project. And we create a TCP listener. And when you get an incoming string, you'll print connection established. Welcome, Winbow. Welcome to Nyansa. Thank you. And here. We're going to first import the TCP listener from the net crate, the module, and initialize a listener. TCP listener, and bind it to a port. Port 7878 and unwrap. And how do we receive the request? Receive the incoming TCP streams. Let me please try to not spam the chat. Let's wait for some minutes before you post consecutively, okay? It's mentioned in the description. Okay. So for each stream in listener, incoming for each incoming stream, we kind of get a stream. And print line connection established. Okay, even though we did not use the stream, if we access the port 7878 in our local server, we should be able to see the output. So if I do a curl, yep, it print connection established. So we listen at the address, we bind it to the listener, at port 7878. It's a ROS typed on telephone. What the heck is that? What does it have to do with a telephone? The bind function works like the new function. It will return a new TCP listener instance. Yep, we are binding to a port and we'll get a result. So we unwrap it. We get our listener if it doesn't fill. Binding wouldn't work if we ran two instances of our program and so had two programs listening to the same port. So currently we only have one program running this. The port is occupied by only one program, so this wouldn't happen. And the incoming method on the listener returns an iterator, so we can use a for loop on it. And we get streams from the iterator, which represents an open connection between the client and the server. A connection is the name for the full request and response process in which a client connects to a server, the server generates a response, and a server closes the connection. So, connection actually has a definition. It's when client connects to a server, server generates a response, and server closes the connection. So the TCP stream will read from itself to see what the client sent. Okay, so yeah, connection has been established. If we open this on a browser, we might see multiple connections established because the browser is making requests for the page as well as other resources at the same time. So there will be multiple connections if you just open the browser. And now we can actually see the request content. So here is a handle connection function. It takes a stream, a TCP stream, creates a buffer, and we put the contents of the stream into the buffer so we can read what's actually being sent here. And we can print it. Let's print the contents from the buffer. We convert it to a string so that we can print it out. Hello, Arya-san, welcome. Oops. But the code. That doesn't stop me. That doesn't stop me. Thank you. Okay, so what have we done? We have created a handle connection. It doesn't handle any connection yet, but we will be passing the stream into this handle connection and print out the request content. So instead of print out connection established, we're going to use handle connection, passing the string, and print the content of the request. So let's run this again. None there. Oh, I need to import it. Is it imported? Yep. And also this. Hello. No? Okay. Import the read. We have all the stuffs. We can make a run. And if we do curl again, oh, it's not failure anymore. It's a empty response from the server. And here we can see the HTTP request. This is the request you send when you access a page. This looks much more fancier than what I have. Probably because they're accessing from the browser. So the HTTP request has the method request URI, which is the resource location, and HTTP version, which is 1.1, and the CRLF, which is the thing that basically divides between lines. And there we have the host, user agent, accept. And the request can be get or post. So if we're just accessing a website, that's a get. If we are submitting a form, that would be post. Yep. And so our web server got a request. It's time to write a response for the request. How do we do that? So here is a sample response. When you successfully access a web page, it shows you the code 200. Okay. We have reviewed this before in the previous streams. We look at different cat memes or different HTTP code. So you know 404 cannot find. And 200 is like one of the most common one, which your request is successful. It's a standard success response. So let's return 200 for the request. Jasukia, welcome. Welcome Roboto, welcome Olimars. So we write the response. This is the version, the code, okay. /r/ and this is the, what is it? CRLF? This is the CRLF sequence. Carriage return and line feed. So to return the response, we write the response as bytes. And we send it over. Flash. Oh. Oh. Need to get those methods. Okay, so if now I curl that, nothing happens. But I probably get that, okay. And we have the unwraps because those two can fail because of arrows. So we just hand coded an HTTP request and response. Welcome arrow. Yes, I'm doing well. Hope you are doing well too. Okay, let's return a real HTML instead of just a response. So to do that, we need to code a web page first. Let's put a web page. A very simple web page. It's just a hello. It's basically as a title of hello, and it says hello from hi from Rust. So in the main, instead of returning just the OK, we're also going to return some contents. While system read to string, we're going to turn that web page into some string. Yep. And in the response, we are going to send the web page. Content is contents.lens content. Close it. And import the file system. Oh, it needs a unwrap to get the contents in case the reading of the file fail. Alright. So now, if we have our web server up and we access the web page, it's going to show us the hello. Show us the HTML. If you access it from the browser, you are going to see something like this. Okay, what do we work on now? So, while we have the server running, if we access some endpoint, hello, no matter what endpoint we choose to visit, it's going to return the same HTML, which is not something we want. So technically, we can switch. We can have a few cases. If we receive a GET request for the root resource, we'll return the hello page. But if we receive a request that's from other URI, we need to return 404. It doesn't exist. Let's validate the request and selective responding. So we are dragging this chunk into a if case. Or this chunk into a if case. So if the request is trying to get from the root, like this, if the buffer we create from the string start with this get, we are going to return the hello page. If it starts with something else, well, we want to return a full 4 page, which we don't have it, and we'll be building it now. So we have a status line. Version for not fun. And we're going to create a presentation for the 404 page, which is down here. Boom boom. It says, oops. Sorry, I don't know what you are asking for. That will be our content. And we're going to put that content into the response. So in the response, we first have the status line, and then the content length, and then the actual content. So we put them in one by one in the format. Status line, contents, length, and content. And I forgot to unwrap again. This is a monster. Okay. And my semicolon. And we're going to write it to the stream. I'm seeing repetitive code here, so there probably can be some combination of the code. So we write the response as byte for the request that's not fun, and we send it using flush. Oh, it reminds me of toilet. You just send a message. You put your little letter into a toilet, and it's down to the pipe, sending to somewhere. Welcome, download, Pasito, hello. And yep, let's test it out. It passed the compiler, and if we curl something, some endpoint that doesn't exist, it says, oops, I don't know what you're asking for. And if we curl the root, boom, it says hello. The toilets unwrap. That's a good question. I do not want my toilets to panic. That would be a disaster. I need to wrap that thing. The web is made of toilets. Up to the toilets. But this is better than the web is a trash can. A giant sewage. This is really bad. A giant sewage network. Oh my. Probably not the best metaphor. Okay. We're going to make the world better by refactoring. So this long repetitive code becomes shorter and nicer. And the handle connection wait, all of those are down to the toilet. We don't need them anymore. We only need one chunk and do the switch case. So we get the status line. And the file name. Depending on where the buffer, like what the buffer starts with. If it starts with get, the status line will be HTTP 1.1 200 OK, and the file name will be hello.html. And if it is not a valid request, it's gonna be full for not found. Nice. It's the status line and file name. I think this goes on top. Oh, neato. Hello, Rensan. Welcome. We're building a web server. So far, it's single-threaded, but hopefully we can make it multi-threaded today. And me of this thing, make the condentation right, and the contents we're going to read from the file name. And the response is gonna be the status line and concurrency. So just add a status line on here. Voila, clean code. It's mostly just a TCP server now. Still get a long time to grow bigger. Oh, yeah. Restart this whole thing. So if we access this without any additional endpoint, it's gonna be saying hello. And if we access a non-existent endpoint, it's gonna say sorry. Very nice. It's selective response. We like to put grandiose names for simple stuff. That's what we do. That's what we do. I love the how the code looks. It's clean. It's indented. Nothing's better than that. Okay, now we have a single thread server. Let's make it multithreaded. Let's make it multithreaded. Boom! Turning our single-threaded server into a multi-threaded server. What are we going to do? Hello, Atomias. Welcome. So now the server will process requests. In turn, it wouldn't process a second connection until the first is finished processing. If the server received more and more requests, the serial execution will be less and less optimal. If the server receives a request that takes a long time to process, subsequent requests will have to wait until the long request is finished, even if the new request can be processed quickly. We'll need to fix this, but first, we'll need to look at the problem in action. Thank you for subscribing. Okay, thank you so much. Welcome to New Star. Okay, so we are making this multi-threaded. So that the request can be processed simultaneously. So we first introduce a slow processing. It first shows that one slow processing request is going to affect other requests. So if user access some non-existent endpoint, we made the server to sleep for 5 seconds just to show. Actually, oh, I see. So here, it is not a non-existent endpoint. It is an endpoint called sleep. So it also returns successful response, but it's going to take 5 seconds to wait for it to respond. And our request after this one is going to wait the 5 seconds. So that is not good. We don't want to wait one request to get processed before other requests. That is bad. So we want to make it good. Using a thread pool. Thank you for follow. Hey, 小我 Welcome to New Star. Few months back, I was just starting the basic, and now I'm creating my own web server. Honestly, though, I don't think I can write it myself. It is a really good book. I am nowhere near I can write it myself, but I can try to understand it and maybe write it myself someday. It is a very simple web server. It's the final project of the book. So I'm just following along and try to understand everything. Although it sounds like I know what's going on, later parts of the book, of this chapter, I'm gonna get confused. But I'm just trying to learn this, and if people wanna learn together, that'd be very great. Okay, a thread pool. We're having a pool party with threads. Do we put noodles into a bowl and make it spaghetti? No, just kidding. A thread pool party. of spawn threads that are waiting and ready to handle tasks. Is that why it's called a thread pool? It's a pool party for threads? I did read this chapter before the stream. I didn't finish the last bit. So, yes. So this stream won't be 5 hours. Yes, so. Okay. Thread pool. What does it do? When a program receives a new task, it assigns one of the threads in the pool to the task, and that thread will process the task. The remaining threads in the pool are available to handle any other tasks that come in while the first thread is processing. When the first thread is done processing its task, it returns to the pool of idle threads, ready to handle a new task. A thread pool allows you to process connections concurrently, increasing the throughput of your server. I actually have an image pop out in front of me. It feels like in my imagination, I see a bunch of noodles, spaghettis in a pool, and they're having pool party, and people are ordering hot dogs. So when an order comes to the pool, some spaghetti in the pool will get up, go to the grill, and cook the hot dog. If at the same time another request for hot dog comes, another spaghetti will go out of the pool and cook the hot dog. And if the first spaghetti finishes cooking the hot dog, it will give the hot dog to the customer and jump back into the pool, chill before the next request comes for him. It feels very dope. I mean, I don't know. I'm just too excited for the summer. Poop party. It's pool party. It's not poop party. What even is a poop party? What are we thinking? What's in our mind? That's all you buy. It's close to what you're imagining too. Nice. Spaghetti and hot dogs. I really like chili dogs. Nothing beats that. HTTP from scratch. Maybe. Welcome to Graceful. Okay, what do we have now? We'll limit the number of threads in the pool to a small number to protect us from denial of service attacks. If we had our program create a new thread for each request as it came in, someone making 1 million requests to our server could create a hook. By using up all our service resources and grinding the process of requests to halt. Oh, so if there are 1 million requests, and if we don't limit the number of threads, there are going to be 1 million threads, and our server will be eaten up. So, cool! We only have 4 spaghetti swimming in a pool. Not poop. Okay. Rather than spawning unlimited threads, we'll have a fixed number of threads waiting in the pool. As requests come in, they'll be sent to the pool for processing. The pool will maintain a queue of incoming requests. Each of the threads in the pool will pop off a request from its queue, handle the request, and ask the queue for another request. First in, first out. There's a queue? Yes, there is a queue. So the customer request is in the queue, and each thread will pop off a request from the queue, another request, and ask the queue for another request. So it looks like they are not just swimming in the pool. They're basically not swimming in the pool if there are too many requests. They do it one by one. With this design, we can process any request concurrently, where n is the number of threads. If each thread is responding to a long-running request, subsequent requests can still back up the queue. But we have increased the number of long-running requests we can handle before reaching that point. This technique is just one of the many ways to improve the throughput of a web server. Other options you might explore are the fork join model and the single-threaded async I/O model. If you're interested in this topic, you can read more about other solutions and try to implement it in Rust. With a low-level language like Rust, all these options are possible. Overwhelmed hot dog. Denial of service by the hot dogs. Welcome, Sangune. Hello. Okay, before we begin implementing a thread pool, let's talk about what using the pool should look like. When you are trying to design code, writing the client interface first can help guide your design. Write the API of the code so it's structured in the way you want to call it. Then implement the functionality within that structure rather than implementing the functionality and designing the public API. So it's telling me to write the code first. Write the client interface first, and then think about the design. This is a compiler-driven development. So we write the client code first, and design our pull thread around it. What do you have in the main function? It looks like this is spawning a thread for each of the string. Which is not what we really want. Because that's going to make the DDoS a problem. So here, we can create a pool that only fits 4 spaghetti. Distributed denial of hot dog services. Hot dog is just something I invented. It doesn't. I don't think it exists in network programming. But if you think of requests as hot dogs, then DDoS is distributed denial of hot dog services. Oh, I like the acronyms. I have been confused so much by the acronyms, it's time for me to invent some and confuse people. Bernie Archean Shell? Lame. I'm going to have Cyan Hot Dog Shell. CHDS. I'll confuse all the newbies, just like I used to get confused. Okay, so we initialize a thread. Not a thread, we initialize a pool. And this is some closure. Write a research paper on this. Will I be rich? Okay. So for each request, we're going to let the pool execute this closure. Cyan hot dog stall? What is a stall? Stall? Is that a bathroom? Oh, it's not a bathroom. Oh, that's really cool. A hot dog stall. That'd be perfect. We should have a pool behind the stall. Awesome. Okay, so somewhere we need to create this thread pool struct and have a new method, have an execute method like that. So of course now it won't run because we don't have the thread pool, which is something we are going to implement in a library file. We do that by creating a library file under the source, under the C. And we declare the struct of our thread pool. So the thread pool implementation will be independent of the kind of work our web server is doing. So let's switch the hello crate from a binary crate to a library crate. So we are going to create a folder underneath the source called binary. And move this in there. Move the main into the binary. And I can import the thread pool. Yup. Welcome, Luca. Hello. Oh, the Silicon Valley. I absolutely like that. Like that thing. That's like one of the things. One of the series that got me into programming. It's so fun. I wanna watch it again. I'm an alien from the outer space. From a planet called Nyanstar, where I wanted to be a hacker. Okay, so now we need to implement this new method. Implement thread pool. Public function new. It takes a size, that's the size of the pool we're going to have, and we return a thread pool. Thread pool. Nice. So now the problem with new is going away. It's right here. And we need to implement the execute, which is going to be something like thread spawn, because we are basically spawning a thread. Over here, we're just using the pool to limit how much we can have. So we define the execute function on the thread pool to take the closure as a parameter. This closure. And you'll be something just like the spawn in the thread. whose definition is given here, whose signature is given here. And we want to use F1s because we want to own the argument. We want to use F1s because the thread for running a request will only execute that request closure one time. And F-type also has the trade bound send and left-time bound static. We need the send to transfer the closure from one thread to another, and static because we don't know how long the thread will take to execute. So the signature of our execute would be self f where the closure has that. I'm hungry? For what? Knowledge? So this is a closure that takes no parameter. And return type can be omitted from the signature. So now, there shouldn't be compiler error. Yep. This bunch of warnings. No errors. It compiles. But we haven't implemented the body of the execute. And we haven't implemented the new either. So what's going to happen in new? It takes a site. And it is the type use site, unsigned site. We don't want the negative number. And we also don't want a 0. We don't want a put size of 0 because it does nothing. So we're just going to say the size needs to be larger than 0. If it's negative or less than or equal to 0, then we are not going to create a pull. We're going to panic. I'm the person that stole your Amazon package? Call Amazon and have them give you a full refund. What the heck? Why are there so many Amazon person? Is this a spam or anything? You guys are crazy. Where did you find me? On your front porch? Should I ban them? They look fun. They don't look malicious. I know. I'll just keep them here. An anonymous user made us radio chat. Thank you, anonymous user. You guys are fun. Actually, wait, are they both? Are they writing a strat pool to rate me? I wanna see what it looks like on YouTube. Is it very disturbing? I can ban them. Oh my god. Okay, I'll ban them. Like, yeah, but there are too many. I don't know why, but on Restream, I cannot see the replication of the messages. This is not going to be fun. How am I going to deal with it? And another thing that sucks. Wait, I only time out. Like, hide. Are you experiencing a DDoS attack? Oh no, Mom. Learning how to program in a chatbot. I expect that someday people are going to use coding against me. Thank you, Soy. There's so many new people. I mean, they use so many accounts. So it's hard. How many accounts do they have? Could you please go away? Tell a member only chat for a few seconds. Are they gone? Looks like they're gone. Nice job, Mode. Nice job, Tsui. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Thank you for the follow. 等等下秒。I think I should turn on something. I'll turn is there a subscriber only? Customization, participation mode, subscription. Go. Wait. Yes! Wait, what? Did it work? I turned on the subscriber only mode. It worked! Yes! Love y'all. Awesome. Awesome. We're safe. Thank you guys. Yosh. Chat defend it. Yes. This is our victory, hacker. They're not sus. Oi. We're not sus. We're just too happy. Evan, don't scare us. Don't watch me on the toilet. That's disrespectful. Okay. Let's continue. Where are we? We're trying to execute some stuff. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Thank you so much. The video will come is gonna be so real? Why? Yay! Yay! Harem view comes. Money generator. Okay, so we are going to create some space to store the threads. The spawn function returns a join handle, where T is the type that the closure returns. Let's try using join handle too and see what happens. In our case, the closures we are passing to the thread pool will handle the connection and not return anything. The T will be the unit type. Boom. So the closure doesn't do anything. So our T is just parentheses. Yep, we got the chat back. Good job. So to store the threads, we're going to create a vector of the threads. So put the threads into a vector. Join handle. And in the new, we create a variable thread with capacity of the size of the pool. And for each of the thread, we're going to create create a thread, and store them in the vector. And we'll be returning a thread pool of threads. I have brought this into scope. Because we are using the join handle as the type of the items in the vector. Once a valid size is received, our thread pool creates a new vector that can hold the size of the pool. It pre-allocates space in the vector. And boom, you have a pool with a fixed size. Pool with a fixed size. Nice! You can be member without being so. That's weird. Why would somebody do that? What application I want to work on after finishing the Rust book? I don't think I'll be streaming, but I might be looking at some open source project and see if I can contribute or something. Do something offline. I think I've told you I'm thinking about taking a break after I finish the Rust book due to some health reasons and also some changes in my life. So if I'm really going to stop streaming for some period, I think I would have some time for some private projects. I'll still be active in Discord. I'll still have the Minecraft server open. But yeah, I might be able to stream some games when I get free time. So I don't know what's gonna happen yet. Oh, I'll come back soon, thank you. I'll try my best. Shell stream. I saw you said chili streams. I was like, are we having chilies? I like chilies. What is lawful development? What is that? Is that another thing as complex as agile? Anyways. Okay. Up to this point, I understand what the programming is doing. After this point, I was confused. So let's see if I can understand this bit in the stream today. Apparently, we are constructing a worker struct, and it is responsible for sending code from the thread pool to a thread. So in the for loop, we're going to create threads. And the standard library provides thread spawn. It expects some code. The thread should run as soon as the thread is created. In our case, we want to create threads and have them wait for the code that we will send later. The standard library's implementation of threads doesn't include any way to do that. We have to implement it manually. But this spawn doesn't work for us because we want to create threads that will wait for the code that we'll send later. We'll implement this behavior by introducing a new data structure between the thread pool and the threads that will manage this new behavior. We'll call this data structure worker, which is a common term in pooling implementations. Think of people working in the kitchen at a restaurant. The workers wait until orders to come in from customer, and they are responsible for taking those orders and filling them. Instead of storing a vector of join handle instance in the thread pool, we'll be storing instances of worker struct. Each worker will store a single join handle instance. Then we'll implement a method on worker that will take a closure of code to run and send it to the already running thread for execution. So we let the thread spawn first, and then worker will send the code over to the threads. So many layers. We'll also give each worker an ID so we can distinguish between the different workers in the pool when locking or debugging. Let's make the following changes to what happens when we create a thread pool. We'll implement the code that sends the closure to the thread after we have workers set up in this way. Oh, my cat is here. Hello. React Native. I always have this really bad thinking that frontend is easier until I met React. Okay, so we're going to define a worker struct that holds ID and a join handle. We're going to change thread pool to hold a vector of worker instance. And we're going to initialize a new worker by ID and returns a worker instance that holds the ID and the thread spawn with an empty closure. And in the thread pool new, we're going to create workers. But instead of this thread, we're going to have workers, a vector of worker, I think it will have some channels later, so yes. Instead of threads, we have... Actually, we should do it step by step, not this weird way. We should first have the worker struct. Worker has a ID to identify it. And it has a thread with join handle. Did you see that Twitch? Yeah, my cat is pulling me around. My cat is walking in front of me and pushing me happily. Okay, so that's the worker. And what do you do, worker? You can be new, it can be initialized with the ID. And as I initialize you, you will spawn a thread for me that doesn't do anything yet. And we'll return this worker and boom. Now the thread pool has a vector of workers. Those are workers now. Oh, wait, what? Oh, okay. So, yes, when we initialize a thread pool, it's going to start with an empty vector of workers. And we're going to create a worker for each one of the sides. Workers. He wants attention. He does. He does. I sent both of my cats to hospital yesterday for a checkup every year. One of my cats got really angry, and the nurse and the vet were saying the cat is kind of putting them in danger. So they gave me some anxiety pills for my cat. So next time he visits the office, he doesn't need to create a scene. I guess my cat is just really chill when I'm around. When I'm not around, they become little tigers. Little tigers. They were hissing. One of my cat was hissing. And putting them into the carrier. It's like the scariest thing in the whole universe. One of my cat just, as I'm trying to put him into the carrier, he climbed on my shoulder and treated me as a scratcher. But he was not the one that created danger for the nurse, which was surprising. Dragged cats, yes, they are. But they're all sweet. I love them. I love them. Cats hate going in the box. They like going in the box, but they don't like going into the carrier. They're cute. I love them. I love them. Okay, so what we have done, we changed the field from threads to workers. They're still vector. And for the size, we're going to create a new worker. And worker is not public. It's internal to our library. A worker has an ID and stores a thread. This code will compile and store number of worker instance we specified as an argument to thread pool new. But we are still not processing the closure that we get in execute. Oh. Am I really getting a code? Okay, the ID is right here. So Members only conflict. Again. This is bad. Thank you. Okay, so in the execute, we're going to use channel. Or here, the thread spawn does nothing. We get the closure we want to execute in the execute method, but we need to give this a closure to run when we create each worker during the creation of thread pool. We want the worker structs that we just created to fetch code to run from a queue held in the thread pool and send that code to the thread to run. And before we learn about channels, a simple way to communicate between two threads that would be perfect for this use case. We'll use a channel to function as the queue of jobs, and execute will send a job from the thread pool to the worker instances, which will send the job to its thread. So the thread pool will create a channel and hold onto the sending side of the channel. The thread pool will have a sender, and each worker will hold on the receiving side of the channel. The worker will have a receiver. We'll create a new job struct that hold the closures we want to send down the channel. So we wrap the closure into a job struct, and the execute method will send the job it wants to execute down the sending side of the channel. The execute method will send the job it wants to execute down the sending side of the channel. So on the execute is going to send the job to the sender. And in the thread, the worker will loop over its receiving side of the channel and execute the closure of any object it receives. Someone is thinking of me? I hope it's not a bug. Okay, let's start by creating a channel. Wait, actually let me understand this first. Who is sending who stuff? The channel has the queue of jobs. And execute will send a job from the thread pool to a worker. And worker will send the job into the thread. Thank you for subscribing, Aslan. Welcome. So it's the communication between thread pool and the worker. The execute method will send the job, and the worker will receive the job. So in the thread pool, we have a sender. Hello, M3 and welcome. Sender. This is the multiple producer single consumer. So you'll have a sender like this, and before that we want to import this channel and create a struct for the job. Oh, what am I doing? Duct job. And we initialize the sender and receiver. What argument does it take? It doesn't take any argument. Okay, we have the senders and receiver. And I give the sender to the thread pool. How about the receiver? So we are going to pass the receiver end of the channel into each worker as the thread pool creates the channel. Oh, so we are putting them into the worker. And as it seems like they all share the same receiver. So we are going to initialize worker differently by taking a receiver. Receiver. Receive a job. Oh. Okay. So in this thread, it just has a receiver. Nice. 69 likes. What a precious number. So we pass the receiving end to the worker, and then we use it inside the closure. And then that's not going to run because I haven't passed the receiver. And not going to run because we moved receiver too many times. We're trying to pass the receiver to multiple workers, and this wouldn't work. As multiple producer, single consumer. We want to distribute the job across the thread by sharing the single receiver among all the workers. Taking a job off the channel queue involves mutating receiver. So we need to have a safe way to share and modify receiver. Otherwise, we might get race condition. Recall the thread safe smart pointer discussed in chapter 16. To share ownership across multiple threads and allow the thread to mutate its value, we need to use Mutex. Arc Mutex. What is the arc? Arc? Atomically reference content. Oh, it is the reference content. What are you guys doing? Creating a race condition on my likes? That's not going to be good. That's not going to be good. The archetype will let multiple workers own the receiver, and Mutex will ensure only one worker gets a job from the receiver at a time. So we wrap the receiver by a smart pointer. Is this what we want? Looks like it is. Import. And we need to change the signature for the worker. Because you are Art Mutex. Receiver. You're not just a simple receiver. You're a receiver that can be referenced multiple times. That can be shared securely without risk condition. Oh please, just let me import you. Do you not like Mutex? I'm just going to... Oh, I didn't save. Haha. Okay. Looks like there's no problem. There is. Over here. Expected struck. Oh. The receiver has some magic stone on it. The receiver magic. Because you need to have the atomic reference calendar and the mutex. Okay, what's now? Wait. Oh. Spelling arrow. Receiver. I'll go check. Okay. We have the receiver unlocked. Locked. Locked. I put a lock on it so the workers can share it. Thank you for subscribing, Ryan. Ryan, thank you. Welcome to Neon Star. Welcome to Neon Star. So in here, we put the receiving end. creating a counter and a mutex. For each new worker, we clone the arc to bump the reference count, so the workers can share ownership of the receiving end. Nice. And we have the execute method left. And we're going to change the job from a struct to a type alias for a trait object that holds the type of closure that execute receives. So basically, instead of struct job, oh my god, I delete all my code. Wait. Just got them back. Nothing to be panicked about. So we have a type alias. Basically, we name this type to be a job. It's much easier to get back this time. Have I messed up like so bad? I couldn't get it back. Then pause that. This is the type. We're going to call it a job. So this equals to this. I don't need to write this anymore. And in execute. Wait. Execute is EXE and cute. This is so cute. Let's execute. I'm falling in love with this word. RMRF flashbacks. I know I was so panicking. Receiver obtained. Where is it? Okay. The job is equals to this closure in a small pointer, and we're going to make the sender send the job. After creating a new job instance using the closure we get in the execute, we send that job down the sending end of the channel by calling unwrap in case it failed. And over here, in the worker, our closure being passed to the thread spawn only references the receiving end of the channel. Instead, we need a closure to loop forever, asking the receiving end of the channel for our job and running the job when it gets one. So over here, we're going to keep asking the receiver. That job equals to receiver log unwrap dot receive dot unwrap. Print line worker got a job executing. This prints the ID of the worker, we got a job. What does the job do? Cute.exe. That is so cute. Ugh. Okay, so we call block on the receiver to acquire the mutex, and color unwrap to panic on any error. Acquiring a lock might fail if mutex is in a poison state, which can happen if some other thread panic while holding the lock rather than releasing the lock. In this situation, calling unwrap to have this thread panic is the correct action to take. Feel free to change this unwrap to an expect. Okay. If we get a lock on the mutex, we call the receive to receive a job from the channel. A final unwrap moves past any arrows here as well, which might occur if the thread holding the sending side of the channel has shut down. Okay, so we are receiving, we receive a job. If there is no job yet, the current thread will wait until a job becomes available. When the call to the receive blocks. The mutex ensures there's only one worker thread at a time to request a job. Oh, okay. So, if we run this, and if we curl, many times. They're full workers that got jobs. We're making them busy. Oh, the chat might be... Yeah, the chat is a little delayed today for some reason. But yes, we have a working receiver and sender, and 4 busy workers handling my requests. We now have a thread pool that executes connection asynchronously. There are never more than 4 threads created, so our system won't get overloaded if the server receives a lot of requests. If we make a request to sleep, the server will be able to serve other requests by having another thread run them. Oh, I didn't implement the sleep. But I think if we were to have the sleep, the thread that's going to take longer is not going to stack other thread. It's not going to stack other worker. And we shouldn't use while let instead of loop, because while let does it work? Yeah, it will cause the other request to wait. The mutex struct has no public unlock method. because the ownership of the lock is based on lifetime of Mutex guard within the lock result Mutex guard that the lock method returns. At the compile time, the borrow checker can then enforce the rule that a resource guarded by Mutex cannot be accessed unless we hold the lock. But this implementation can also result in the lock being held longer than intended if we don't think carefully about the lifetime of the Mutex guard. So this works because with let, any temporary values used in expression on the right hand side of the equal sign are immediately dropped when the last statement ends. But while let and if let and match doesn't drop temporary values until the end of the associated block. So the while let wouldn't work. You did request to sleep. Oh, it's a nice weather to take a good nap. But our program only allows 5 seconds for sleep. It's too short for a human. Okay, so we do have the Multithreaded quote-unquote web server. Now we have to do Ctrl+C. Oh my. Just to let it shut down, just like how I just hit my water bottle. So let's look at how to gracefully shut down this big chunk of code. So our code is responding to requests asynchronously through the use of a thread pool. And there's some field that we didn't use directly. That we need to clean up. And we want some graceful shutdown. So the request doesn't suddenly jump. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to Nyanstan. We'll now implement the drop trade to call join on each of the threads in the pool, so they can finish the request they are working on before closing. Then we'll implement a way to tell the threads they should stop accepting new requests and shut down. We'll modify the server to accept only 2 requests before gracefully shutting down its thread pool. Okay. Implementing the drop trade on the thread pool. When the pool is dropped, our thread should all join to make sure they finish their work. And this code won't quite work yet, but let's try it anyways. Thread pool, implement drop for thread pool, function drop. Mute self. For worker in mute self.workers. Print line. Shutting down worker. with an ID. And each worker we're going to join. And this won't quite work because well, I'm not seeing. Oh, there's an arrow. Cannot move out of the worker thread, which is behind a mutable reference move occurs. It needs a copy trait. So for the thread pool to drop, we iterate all the workers it has. And we need to mutate the worker to make them join. And if the join fail, we're going to panic and it's not going to be graceful. Ah, thank you for the follow, Zombie Harry. Mutating workers should be... Wait, what does it sound like? Is it something like human experiment? It's so bad. Yeah, the notification will show both Twitch and YouTube follow. So if you haven't followed my Twitch, now it's time to spam my Twitch. I might stream more on Twitch when I go to break. Like more like unscheduled stream, just me chilling and reading stuff. Yep. So you can follow me on Twitch. Thank you for the follow, Love Mortas. Welcome to Gangsta. Okay. So what's the problem here? We can't call join because we only have a mutable board of each worker, and join takes ownership of its argument. To solve this issue, we need to move the thread out of the worker instance that owns the thread, so the join can consume the thread. Thank you for the follow, Ataran. Are you guys really following on Twitch? That's so great. You guys are amazing. Oh my... Wait, so you didn't follow before? I saw that you are both. Thank you for the follow, Sanguinki. We need to move the thread out. A worker that is running will have some variant in thread, and when we want to clean up a worker, we'll replace some with none so the worker doesn't have a thread to run. So we know we want to update the definition of worker like this. Option. Okay. Now let's think on the compiler to find another places that needs change. Looks like the join is not okay. It says method not found on option. Oh, we need to take the value. And also here needs to be some. And if we have the value, worker plus thread okay. Wait, what? Because this thread is already over here. Okay. Oh. Needs a take. It takes the sum variant and leaves the none in its place. So now the worker can have his thread clean up. And our code is passing a compiler. With all the changes we have made, our code compiles without any warnings. But the bad news is that the code doesn't function the way we want it to yet. The key is the logic enclosures run by the threads of the worker's instances. At the moment, we call the join, but that won't shut down the threads because they loop forever looking for jobs. If we try to drop our thread pool with our current implementation of the job, the main thread will block forever waiting for the first thread to finish. So it doesn't do what we want it to do yet. The loop will forever looking for jobs. To fix this problem, we'll modify the threads so they listen for either a job to run or a signal that they should stop. And exit the infinite loop. Instead of job instances, our channel will send one of the two enum variants. So it will either be new job or terminate. Instead of job, we're changing it to message. Job. So we change it into message. New job, and terminate. The message enum would either be a new job, a host a job, or a terminate that will cause the thread to exit. When you adjust the channel to use values of type message rather than type job. So in the channel. Thank you for the follow, Rafi Zieta 14. Welcome to Neon Star. The sender will send a message. And here, instead of a job, it will send a message New job. Up. And in the worker, I feel like there's something wrong. Dilla. So you're going to receive a message from the receiver, and if the message it's new job, it's a job, going to print line. And if the message is to terminate, worker was told to terminate. ID. And break. Okay. What's wrong with my message? Where did I use the job? Or here. And okay, nice. Thanks, Dragon. Okay. It's passing. Oh. Where are we now? Oh, explain. I need to change the job to message. Oh, we haven't created anything for terminate. We haven't defined the behavior. We haven't detected termination. So in the job, the beginning, imply sending terminate message to all workers. Each of the workers the sender sends a message. Terminate. In case it fails. Imply shutting down all workers. So now we send a terminate message for each of the worker. We send those first and then we shut them down. If we try to send a message and join me immediately in the same loop, we couldn't guarantee the worker in the current iteration will be the one to get a message from the channel. Why do we need two separate loops? If we imagine a scenario with two workers, we use a single loop to iterate through each worker. On the first iteration, a terminate message will be sent down the channel and join code on the first worker's thread. If that first worker was busy processing a request at that moment, the second worker will pick up the terminate message from the channel and shut down. We will be left waiting on the first worker to shut down, but he never would because the second thread picked up the terminate message and it will have a deadlock. To prevent the scenario, we first put all of our terminate message on the channel in one loop and then join all the threads in another loop. Each worker will stop receiving requests on the channel once it gets a terminate message, so we can be sure that if we send the same number of terminate message as their workers, each worker will receive a terminate message before the join is called on its thread. Okay. And in the main function. Oh, I haven't visited main function for a long time. So if we... Well... Only take 2 stream. What's gonna happen? It shows graceful shutdown and clean up. So if we curl, wait, where did my curl go? Yeah, it takes 2 requests and shutdown. Worker 0 got a job, execute. Sending terminate message. I feel like this goes to the above. So the 2 worker gets a job. And then we terminate all workers. And everything is told to terminate in sequence. Worker 0 and 1 got the first 2 requests. On the 3rd request, the server stops accepting connection, and the thread pool goes out of scope, and the drop function kicks in, and the pool tells all the workers to terminate. And they shut down. The thread pool sends the terminate message on the channel, and before any worker receives the messages, we try to join worker 0. The thread pool sends the terminate message down the channel. Before any worker receives the message, we try to join worker 0. Worker 0 had not yet received terminate message. Wait, let's look at it there. Thread pool sent a terminate message on down channel. Before any worker received the message, we try to join worker 0. Worker 0 has not yet received the terminate message, so the main thread block waiting for worker 0 to finish. In the meantime, each of the worker received terminate messages. When worker 0 finished, the main thread waited for the rest of worker to finish. So it's kind of on sequence. So worker 0 So the thread wait for the worker 0 to finish. Before shutting the other thread. Okay. Can't believe this is the end of the project. We have done it. This thing cannot be shut down gracefully. This is the end of the project. We have completed it. We have a basic web server that uses thread pool to respond asynchronously. While we are able to perform a graceful shutdown and cleans up the threads. Oh my god. This is it. We finished the freaking book. We made it to the end of the book. Gosh. This has been so long. And we did it. Yes. We all know Rust now. We can reprogram the Linux kernel. Would you give time to write my own AI? Tokyo Stream? What is Tokyo Stream? Tokyo Spawn? What is that? But yes, we did it! Thank you guys for joining us in this journey. I don't know how many hours we spent into it. But we finished the book of 20 chapters of multiple projects. I really like this sentence. Keep in mind that there is a welcoming community of other Rustaceans who would love to help you with any challenge you encountered on your Rust journey. This is so true. Everything I do, there's always some kind people in the chat to help me. I love the Rustaceans. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. I really can't do it without you. Some of the concepts are challenging for me. It's not something I use or learn at all. And having you guys really push me into a better person or better Neko. Oh my god. I think in Pirate I'm going to do the Rust by example to review all the concepts. Even though I read through the book, like literally read it aloud, I watch videos, I did examples. I feel some concepts still needs a lot of time to actually understand and be able to write your own program. Just reading one book, at least for me, is not enough to be good at a language. All I can say is I learned the fundamentals of Rust, and there is still a long way to go. Still a long way to go. I realize learning is not easy. And it's important to get practical, to practice, to actually write a code. Thank you guys so much for all the cheers. I know. I am the person who never finished an entire book. And here we are at the final chapter. That's not appendix. Of Rust. This is a great deal. This is a life milestone. Awesome. Okay, I'm so glad we get to finish this project. As I have mentioned, I probably will take a break after finishing this. I have a lot of changes, some good, some bad, in my life that I need to focus on. But I'll still be here on Twitter, Discord, in my Minecraft server. Everything will still be open. I might be able to stream some gaming. But if I have to move to another place, I probably won't have my access to streaming equipment for a week or two. So I really need to see. I really need to see how the future holds. It's gonna be really sad that I don't get to meet you guys for some time in stream. I realize a large portion of happiness came from talking to you guys. Not just programming, but just doing anything. Yes, I will come back. Worst case, I don't know if that's a worst case. I'll be in the future. I'll be stream less and be more oriented to a YouTuber. I'm thinking about how I should do with this channel. Recently, I have been going through a really big change in my mind as well. Somehow I don't watch VTubers that much. And part of me wants to be a normie. I want to have connections, spend more time with my friends, make new friends, go volunteer. But I won't be graduate anytime soon because I'm here to be a hacker neko. It doesn't really has anything to do with just being a VTuber. So if I ever make up my mind, there might be a big change in the future of the channel. I might be making some tutorial videos for introductory concepts and tools. But I do like streaming because people get to hang out. I do like my Minecraft streams. So I don't know. There might be a big change, but I still stream, maybe less frequent. Oh, thank you guys. Karaoke stream, maybe. Honestly, having the 5K so close makes me more nervous than happy. I don't know if I'm ready to be bigger. And I don't know. It does take a lot of time to prepare celebrations. It takes time and money for events, and you know, giving up some time to connect with family and friends if I need to celebrate all the holidays. So I've been thinking, how do I wanna go on from there? Yes, that really describes what is in my mind. I wanted to be a content creator, and VTuber is just because I chose to use this form. And in that sense, there will never be graduation, which is great because I don't want to leave any of you. Tutorial strings. I feel video is a better content delivery. It's like more concise. There are more information per second. If I get good, maybe fun project and tutorial stream will be nice. A big reason that I'm hesitating and thinking about my future content is I feel like my skill is not at the right level to really be doing something super duper awesome, you know? Oh, thank you guys. I've always been afraid of taking a break because like when I come back, I'm going to lose a lot of live audience. But I feel if a break is what my body and mentality needs, then I kind of have to do it and even start over with like 0 or 1 or 2 audience. It happened before. We started with 0 or 1 or 2 audience and we can build this up again. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for... I could come back rebranded as a dog who hates coding nerds. If my coding career decides to take a toll, if I decide to not code at all, that's a great idea. I can do it on like April 1st of next year. Thank you guys. Also, there are a lot of great VTubers that does tech and coding stuff. If you just search like Linux VTuber, if you search coding VTuber, if you search gaming VTuber. Yesterday there is this VTuber that debuted reverse engineering Apple chips. It is so awesome. It is so awesome. So while I'm gone, there are still a lot of crazy, amazing people to follow. And it's going to be great. Don't be way too worried. Don't be way too worried. There's nothing super drastic, and I'll still be here. There's like one promise I wanna hold. And I do wanna do something with this Rust power. I wanna play the Kirby game. This feels so weird. It's like I'm saying forever goodbye. No, I'm not saying forever goodbye. I'm still here. I check Discord every day. And I have like so many ideas popping up. Cause I have 9 lives, there's nothing to worry for. Yes. Yes. I can't lie, Will. Maybe. It's always nice to know that things will get better. Always be accepting for good changes. Always leave the possibility that there is a better future. Calling a self-spam bot for the channel. I should really call it AI Cyan. Like while I'm gone, I'm just going to let it stream and call some AI audience. Boom. See you, Nerdy Afro. Thank you so much for being here. Hope everything goes well. I spelled a lot of things. I didn't. I'm so proud of myself for not spelling too much things. I've been here for like more than a year. Or almost a year and a half. And look at me. I'm still your hacker nickel. I don't have too much stream accidents. I'm a pro, baby. Automated streaming. That's so awesome. It's like I'm saying goodbye. I don't know if I feel like if I get free time and I feel well, I'll come back next week streaming some games. There was that time my cat knocked over my guitar. My cat has always been here. There are many changes in my life, but there are so many constants. Like me moving with my cats are going to be pain, but that's okay. It's all going to be good. Because streaming isn't so fun. Microwave? What microwave? That's not a stream incident. It's just daily incident. A new model for anniversary? I'm not trying to keep it as a secret. I'm saying I'm going to have a new model for anniversary. So you guys trust me, I can come back. Yeah. Amazing. Take a guess that's what my new outfit is gonna be. Cats always come back after their outings. A dog? Cats or dog? Oh yes, I know the way home. Oh. I'll be back. Sam bark. Woof. Yesterday I turned into a corgi. Did you guys know that? Did you guys see my Twitter? An actual corgi. I missed the first day of April by 1 day. I said something on Twitter. I tried so hard to celebrate. I spent 1 hour staring at Twitter thinking about what I should send. Don't. You saw the post today. Why were you confused? Why were you confused? It's supposed to be entertaining. You have seen a Cyan doggo? Weird. Only yesterday. Yeah, I've been spending like... Yes, there was an April Fool's thing Of course, I even said it was kind of late because it was late at night. I kept posting images of dog. You didn't say like an hour ago. That was my April Fool's message. I tried so hard. It's a time zone. It's a time zone thing. I was having trouble coming out like some April Fool's idea. So I started to talk with one of my friends, and I don't know how to start a conversation. So I just sent her the picture I posted on Twitter. I later posted on Twitter. I first tried to Google search ugly ducks and I found that ugly duck picture. And then I sent a picture to her saying, "Hey friend, I got a doggo." And she was like, "Oh my fucking god, what? You have 2 cats already?" And I was like, "Happy April Fool's Day." And then I was like, wait, I can use it for my Twitter too. I so rarely post on Twitter, I thought I was hacked. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I feel like some kind of energy just has been burned out. How do I put it? It's weird. I've been wanting my energy to come back for like months. But so somehow, maybe because I don't talk to people much now, I don't know what to say. I start to have low reaction speed. It's like after I was probably infected by COVID, some of my IQ was eaten by some of the virus. Have you tried drinking less alcohol? I don't touch alcohol. That's the weird part. But you're returning about VTuber and apple chip. It's always been winter season blues, but it's already spring. Lower reaction speed and problems with thinking are after COVID. I don't know. It makes me feel like it's a real thing. Hibernation mode. I need somebody to wake me up or send me hibernation food. I probably have COVID. That could be it. That could be it. Cookie. Gosh. No, I'm a good kitty. I don't touch those kind of stuff. I'm just hoping that like changing my environment, changing who I talk with, changing where I live is going to put me back into a mindset when I first started everything. Life needs a change, so do it. So do it. 欢迎仲夏夜诗雨，安安，晚安。Go into some cookies. I bought a cookie. I bought a pack of cookies from Target, and I ate them with milk. It is so good. It's like Easter themed. They're like colorful eggs, rabbits. What else? Grass? No, there's no grass. It's just different kind of rabbits. An Easter egg. I play games downstairs instead of upstairs, and that always helps. Wait, that's level? That's which level you on? Matter? Is it because I'm living in a low altitude. I should move up to a mountain and I'll be fine. Wait, or move down into Atlantis? Atlantica? What was it? Exercise, yes, that's what I need. That's what I need. I want to get a membership in gym. Not rabbits. Rabbits shaped cookies. I'll be more lively when it gets warmer. I'm hoping so too. That's why summer is my favorite season. Some chemicals in my brain just screams, "It's summer! Get out and have fun!" Just go into cookies. Those never fail to wake you up. Oh, that's so great. I want to get a cookie right after this. Ring Fit Adventure was so long time ago. I know. I have them. But I don't know if that's enough of exercise. My upstairs may just be haunted by a Filipino ghost. Oh my. But see, like, I'm doing good. I seem happy. I can focus. So at least on stream. So I'm really happy about that. Look at all the girls in the street in singles. That's such a perv? Is that how you call it? Oh yes. Hormones and pheromones. Yeah, I got my blood drawn last week, I think. Yeah, and yes, there has been some issues, so I was kind of shocked. And with the slowest of medical appointment in America, part of me is like be scared, but it's like if it's true emergency, like doctor would throw me into hospital. I guess the process is slow just because it's not too horrible. I probably slept too much. Change the batteries. I changed the batteries of the smoke detector and it made my life much better. Did I told you guys, like, my smoke detector went off middle of the night for a few days. Those were horrible experience. They don't went up in daylight. They went up during the night. It was horrible. I don't know why it's so hard to book an appointment with doctor. Maybe because of the COVID situation. And that's why, like, I'm a little uncertain about the future. You just got your blood drawn too, Wixie? Hormone deficiency. Oh, I hope you get your medications or whatever you need soon. But yes, it's very important to make sure your battery life of the smoke detector is up to date. I've been taking a lot of vitamin D. And I try to go out and bath in the sun. Looks like it's not a vitamin D problem for my What result? Eat a fish. Oh my. I wanna eat salmon and miso soup. That will make my life so much better. Fish tastes pretty good. Oh, I love salmon. I love salmon. I love fish. Fish are awesome. I know different ways of cooking all sorts of fish. I can fry them. I can marinate them in soy sauce. I can make them into creamy soup. I should go back into cooking. Cube, hello. Long time no see. Are you the Cube that I know? Dang, it's been so long. Miss you. It's the real Cube. Nice. I wanna do a cooking stream. Yes, I did. Yes, yes, I did mention I want to do a cooking stream. But I don't know if I will anymore. Do I know other cubes? There are too many cubes. Who are you? Some people hate fish. That's okay. Get some other vegetable. I want to do so much stuff in the future. I want to do a lot of stuff. If he offers a contract, don't accept it. I kind of do want to accept it. If Cube were to offer me a contract, I really want to see Madoka. She seems like a sweet girl that I can date. I'm Cube the Cube. Nice. That reminds me of the Cube of Cube that I know. Golden fish. How you been? I'm okay. I'm still alive. And hope everybody else is alive. I feel like my expectation of life changes so much after COVID and after all the dramatic events around the world. So being able to breathe, being able to talk to you guys, being able to have food, it's happiness. You sound like you don't believe you will be streaming until you'll be a grandma. No. No, I'm probably just a bit less optimistic at this time. It's usually when you are during a hardship, you feel like there isn't a way. Like you'll last forever. But probably I'll just be fine tomorrow. It's been a wild ride the past 2 years. I know. And the rise of the VTuber world. I describe my future like that many times. Probably because I'm actually a grandma. I'll be streaming until we'll all be old. I'll be here until we all be old. Is that how grandma looks on Neon Star? Oh my gosh. Looks like people are going to be into grandma now. I haven't been following this series all that well, Cyan. Have you? How have you been liking Rust? I joined on the first or second stream. It's been good. It's been great. I feel like I pick up. I did a great review on some concept I already know, and there are so many special things about Rust. It is super exciting. Makes me wanna write some project anime. Nyao boss. Nyao boss. Come on, kid. Wait, that's not Obasan, that's Obacha. Wait, that's no Ojija. Nyao Ojija. Come on, kid. Let me give you a hug. I don't think I'm like super negative. I'm just being honest. Where the future goes. I don't wanna reach the hope too high and not be able to achieve it. Something's in the air. Oh, maybe I just feel like we're just little stones, little sand, little pieces of dust in a big wild world that has so much going on. So it's like really normal to feel heavy. I recently spent more time reading light-hearted books. I started to watch Modern Family or the sitcoms, so it makes my mood light. Separate myself from the negative news out there. Just focus on what we have and appreciate the present. Modern Family is a good one, yeah. Makes my heart so much lighter. Just like in case I wanna go watch news or like go through some thinking. Like if I want to think negatively, I just tell myself, hey, go watch our episode of Modern Family. It's going to make your life better. What's my favorite character so far? They're all so good. I can tell. I guess I like Lily the most. She's just too precious. Oh, Lily. But honestly, I like every character. I highly recommend 会说话的肘子. What the heck is that? Oh my god. Oh my god. I might check it out. I think one of his books has like an anime. Or something. Lily's a little bit. I know. She's just so cute. I recommend rewatching Lucky Star several times. Makes your head empty, no thoughts, happy smile. I know. I need Lucky Star. I need Cyan. I need all those amazing anime from the Kyoto animation. Except that somehow I'm having a restore. I don't know how I might have looked at anime too much before, but now I realize I don't like anime girls too much anymore. Is that part of growing up? What is wrong with me? Recently, like, yeah, that's a really horrible thing to say as a VTuber, right? And I think it happened to me one time in my life, like a few years ago. I just quit anime. I threw all of my cosplay costume into the trash. I was like, I'll never look at them anymore. But yes, Yes, I did came back, and even more, I became a VTuber. So I figured that if I just somehow survive this period with a modern family, I'll be obsessed with anime girl again. I'll circle back, yes. I have hope in that. I think I just need to separate myself from anime for a while. And then I'll realize, wait, there are so many good stuffs that I haven't watched yet. Quick, join the waves. Once you find more stuff to do or have more stuff to do, you'll start watching less anime. A VR anime? What is a VR anime? Is it anime played in VR? Tales of wedding rings. The world is moving so fast. Oh my. Spicy and we've got 2 VR episodes. That's so cool. My interests cycle around a lot too, and I've been in and out of liking anime as well. Hopefully you'll come back. I better come back, you know. I better come back. I don't know what to do if I don't come back. But I'm sure it will come back, even if it doesn't. Even if I say I don't know what to do if it doesn't come back, I think it will come back. If it doesn't come back, I can still be a YouTuber with a 2D. So that works. That works. Eventually things will work out. Thank. Watch all the He anime? What are those? They're extremely comfy and adorable. I should start watching them. Please don't die. I won't die. Oi. I'm far from dying. A new season coming up. That's so awesome. I heard April has a lot of great anime coming up. What are those? Kaguya-sama and Spy and Family. What was it? Spy Cross Family. It looks so cute. The little girl looks so cute. Pretty excited for Spy and Family. Maybe I'll watch it. First really original anime in quite a long time. Yeah, I'm a little tired of isekai. There are just too many of them. Way too many of them. Way too many of them. Bum, bum, bum. Isekai is still strong. There's always some isekai in each season. Most others have been isekai, which is nice. I like them, but mostly adaptations of big grades LNs, which is strange. Spy Family looks really cool. I read a bit of the manga before it got announced. That it's getting the anime adaptation. Nice. I figure I should read some manga. The only manga I've been reading is like Demon Slayer and the Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. That one just somehow really sweet. Honestly, I don't feel like I've watched tons of anime. Like I am pretty otaku, but pretty average. I'm not like the people who watch like every single anime. Okay, before I go today, which might lead to some time of no streaming, is there any question you guys wanna ask? Or anything I can do for you? Yeah, average. Okay, I'm average. Will you finally feed hungry cat? Where is he? Where is... Okay, I think some chat mentioned about my two cats. Yes, they are both boys. Yes, I could be boy too, but I don't think of myself as one. Wait, that was controversial. But anyways... Reverse gay harem. Cyan could be a boy cat, yeah. The one that has been neutered. I'll occasionally say hi on Discord. So even if I don't say stuff, I'm always there. I'm always there. There's no way I can just dump a 5,000 people community. Those are treasures, and you hold them tight. Male Cyan model. Will I get money? I get more money. I might get a new job, get more money, and I'll come back as that rich, confident, impolite Cyan that used to be. As long as Cyan thinks of herself as a girl cat, that's enough for me. What about Telegram? I've been pretty quiet on Telegram for a while. But whenever there's like a stream, I'll mention. I'll post everywhere. If there's something you guys wanna talk to me, I don't know if it's okay to say it. I don't know if it's on the standard of VTuber. But if something worries you, feel free to just message me. I have the right to not respond, but all the messages I've been receiving are super kind, and I enjoy talking to you guys. I don't just wanna be that untouchable imaginary character. Even though I am. But if something worries you, some question you wanna ask, send me a marshmallow or just message. I might be open. Why don't you just win a lotto? Just calculate the chance. I have a better chance to work at Google than win a lotto. Everyone has their comfort zone. Yes. I never thought there's a specific way to be a VTuber. We don't have to follow certain model or follow what we do. At least that's what I'm trying to do. All the content I have made so far are something I want to do. Even if there's like no perfect at all, I don't regret doing them. Although I really would like myself to grow, to find opportunities to grow, to really do something in my career, to really call myself a capable programmer. I think that's my priority than other stuff. What if I'm Elon Musk? I did receive some recruiter contact from the boring company. I don't know, what do they want me to do there? Dig a hole with them? I heard they have really bad work-life balance at any company that Elon Musk owns. So no, I'm not going to work for him. Unless he will send me back to Neon Star or Mars. Elon Musk, no. Why don't you just work at Google? It's hard to go in. I do want to work at Google. Somebody send me a referral. Just kidding. They won't hire a VTuber to Google. Technically, if you're a YouTuber, you already work for Google. That's exactly right. I received my text, the W2 form from Mountain View, so I'm sort of working for Google. Yeah, I'm a Googler. Congrats. Lowest paying Googler. Your brother works like Tesla and he's quite happy. That's great. That's great for him. That's great. I do wanna own a Tesla. That's like my life goal. You could refer me to Google. Really? Oh my god. Please don't spam recruiter's email and refer sign you. I had a friend working for Tesla and he ran from there. Like Lex, I'm speed kind. What? He ran from there? Oh, sales. Sales are quite different from coding. I'm just talking the companies in a coding perspective, not from other perspective. Cyan can officially put her on her resume that she's a programmer who has worked for Google. She has even programmed at her job for Google. Oh god, I'm literally a programmer at Google. I just don't. Well, somehow I contribute to YouTube somehow. You want a Itasha? I have a Itasha material. I have commissions for Itasha. Someone mentioned me that they wanna do a Cyan Itasha project, so I commissioned some art for that. But it eventually didn't happen. Tesla is both making and selling cars. Cyan will probably be better at making cars. What? You think I'll be better at making cars than selling cars? I just think I'm not a mechanical engineer. I'll probably do better at selling cars. That's what you wanted to do? If you want some like art, I can send over to you. But don't spend too much money on it. Save the money. The world is a mess now. You need to prepare for all kinds of stuff. I will be able to work with customers and sell cars. One day I will be a car seller and you'll buy my car. You'll buy my car. What else? I might come back next week. Stream some Kirby. I really want to play that game. I hope it's not too hard. Okay. I think it's time to end the stream now. I think I said a lot today. Probably shouldn't have said too much. What's the title of the music played right now? Let me find it. But I don't think I said anything out of line. I guess I'm just too chill and was super honest. Let me find you the BGM. I have the ROM BGM playing. A BGM on the credit for forever. But I feel like I have said all I wanna said to you guys who are here, who are really dear to me. Oh, I bet being honest is the best way. And here is the BGM. Cyan making software for Tesla is going to cost human life. No, I don't want Tesla to hire me. But I look at, but by the way, I won't push myself to stream. I only stream when I like to stream. So yep, no scheduled stream for a while. I probably will be scared to come back because I'll reach 5K, and I don't know what to do with it. I've been practicing singing for a while. So I should be able to pull out some singing stream for 5K, but probably after a long time. It's gonna be a long time after I reach 5K. But yes, I have plans. I have plans for this channel. I will never leave. If I do leave, I don't know. Send me some flowers. No, I won't leave. I wanna be here forever. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you guys for offering help. When I reach 5K, I should do an endurance, elder rings, no damage, or bosses. No! No! I'll cry. I mean, stream doesn't take too much energy from me. So I might just come back and grab some happiness. Yep. Alright, thank you guys so much. We're able to finish the book. And I hope to see you guys in the future. I'll always be active in Discord. I'll always look at my Twitter, Minecraft server. I might just play there for fun. So whenever you log in, you might see me. feel free to play. Everything will still be open. And hope you see you guys. Hope you to see you guys happy and healthy. Alright, bye bye. Thank you, Jonathan Mello. Thank you, Zui. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Claudio. Thank you, Jules. Thank you, Sangunian. Thank you, Luca. Thank you, Dragon. Thank you, Skyrunner. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Zomba Harry. Thank you, Batomi. Thank you, Berto. Thank you, Hapotia. See you later. Thank you, Hapnia. Bye bye. Thank you, Hapotia. See y'all next